What's up guys, Ashley here, and today I'm going to be walking you through how I skim coat my walls. Now first here, I'm just taking out all the outlets because it makes it super easy when skim coating. So just get a screwdriver and pop those off. I'm using joint compound wall mud, and here I'm just adding a little water and mixing it up. If you have a mixer, it's probably a little easier, but once you mix it up, we're ready to start skim coating. So when I skim coat, I first start by putting joint compound around all my outlets because it makes it a lot easier. And then I use a roller to just put the mud on the wall. Now, the only reason I'm doing this is just to get the wall mud on the wall. So don't feel like it has to be neat and clean. You just want to get it up there. Fill your roller with mud and just get it on the wall. Once it's on the wall, then you're going to take your knife, your skimming tool, and you're going to skim the wall. As you can see here, I'm just skimming that mud down. And I know it doesn't look perfect. You probably see a lot of little holes. I know some of these views probably aren't the best, but you can see I'm just using that knife to kind of spread the mud on the wall and smooth it out. Now, once you smooth it out, you probably will see that there will be like little patches and holes that you need to put mud in. Then I just kind of go back and fill in those holes with extra mud. It's just I didn't put enough mud on the wall for it to be completely smooth. Most walls are not going to be completely straight, so you'll probably have to do this process maybe 2, maybe 3 times. But once you go in and put that extra mud in those holes, you take your knife and just spread down on the wall and it'll just smooth it out. The more you do it, the smoother the wall is going to be. I'm retexturing my walls, so I don't have to do it as many times. I just want to get that nice smooth finish. So then once it's dry, I can go back and texture and my walls are nice and clean. Now, this skimming set that I'm using actually came in a pack of 3. I really love these knives because they're big and it really helps when skim coating, especially huge walls. It actually comes in a pack of 3 and it comes with the handle for the taller ceilings. I definitely recommend it. I've skim coated more than a few times, and this skimming set has probably been the best tool set that I've used. So I'll be linking that in the video below. Go check that out. But here again, I'm just doing the same thing. I'm dumping that roller in my joint compound bucket just to get a lot on the roller, and I'm putting it on the wall. Doing this just helps so much because I've skim coated where I just use the knife, put it in the bucket, and spread it on the wall, and it takes so much longer. This makes it super easy. Putting the water in the compound makes it easy to get on the wall, and then once it's on the wall, it's very easy to spread. Now again, when you use your skimming tool the first time, it may not look perfect, but all you have to do is go back and put mud in those areas where you see it's not smooth, and then just use your skimming knife and then just smooth it out. Again, might take you 2 to 3 times. If it's your first time, it may take a little longer, but you can take your time. The mud is going to take a while to dry unless you're using like 90-minute mud or something like this. This mud is not 90-minute mud, so it takes a while to dry. So I have time to smooth it out. The one thing that you do want to make sure you do is make sure you're taking time to wipe your skimming tool off, because if the mud stays up there long enough and it dries, then it will make extra marks when you're trying to smooth it out. So every so often I like to just wipe off my tool. Sometimes I'll use a Clorox wipe. Sometimes I'll just use a smaller little joint compound knife to make sure I get it off so that when I'm smoothing, it's extra smooth, there's no lines. Obviously, there are going to be some imperfections, but that is what sanding is for. I'll talk about that in my retexturing video. But yeah, using the skimming tools should get it pretty nice and smooth like you want it. As you can see here, it's getting smooth. That little space in the middle where it's white, I actually put compound on the wall and it's dried, so that's how it will look when it's dry. And then once you're done, you just want to make sure you take that roller off, because once that compound dries, it'll be hard to get it off. So just clean that. And this is how it'll look. It'll go on gray and dry white like in the middle.